Hi students, in this video we are going to look at the identity matrix. Right, so after watching this video you should be able to define the identity matrix and also explain its effect in terms of what happens when we use it with matrix multiplication. The biggest thing you have to remember from previous lessons is how to carry out matrix multiplication. So if you haven't done that yet, do that lesson first. Alright, so for the identity matrix, it's a square matrix that contains all zeros except for ones in the diagonal going from top left to bottom right. So looking at these examples, we've got a 2 by 2 matrix, so that's our square. It's got zeros everywhere except from top left to bottom right, those values are ones. For our 3 by 3, again we've got zeros everywhere, but from top left to bottom right, we have ones. If we were to keep going into 4 dimensions, we would again have zeros everywhere. For our 4 by 4 matrix, it'll be 1, 1, 1, 1, going from top left to bottom right, and then zeros everywhere else. And there would be identity matrix for a 4 by 4 matrix. Now the key thing is for matrix multiplication and the identity matrix is the product of a matrix A and its corresponding identity matrix. So making sure it's the same size, that's what identity matrix, that's what corresponding means. The result of multiplying it together will just be matrix A. It'll be the same as the matrix you start with. Now let's have a look why in this example here. Get rid of that line. So using our rules for matrix multiplication, we've got first row times first column. So that'll be, let's call this one A11, A12, A21, A22. So for A11, first row times first column, we'll have 2 times 1, which is 2, negative 1 times 0, which is 0. Add them up and you get 2. For A12, so that'll be row 1 times column 2. 2 times 0 gives us 0, plus negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. Put it together, that's negative 1. Next up, A21, so now our second row, again back to our first column, 1 times 1 gives us 1, plus 3 times 0, that's just 0, which equals 1. And then A22, again second row times, this time our second column again, 1 times 0 gives us 0, and 3 times positive 1 gives us positive 3. Putting that back into our matrix, A11 is 2, A12 is negative 1, A21 is 1, A23 is 3. That's the same as the matrix we started with. So we started off with 2, negative 1, 1, 3. We finished with 2, negative 1, 1, 3. So multiplying by the identity matrix just gives you the same matrix that you started with. So after watching this video, you should be able to define the identity matrix and explain its effect in matrix multiplication.